Welcome back to the show. This is why Tiffany So Talented, the show that I do to show you exactly what I'm doing when I'm not making your shea butter soaps, your hot cocoa bombs in the kitchen, cooking for Tiff's taste, or exploring this beautiful state of Arizona with my mom on adventures with Tiff and Pam. But this show is about the dress, and oh my God, it's a new dress and it's already gorgeous, and I haven't even really did anything to it. Let me let you get into it. So I started the dress yesterday. Isn't it gorgeous? So what I'm doing is trying to mimic this frame of this beautiful lavender gown here. So you see how I use the pearls and these rhombuses on the bust? That's what I'm trying to mimic on this beautiful gown. This is so lush. It is so rich. This fabric in this blue is just amazing. I love it. I love it. And it's getting a bunch of these drapes throughout this entire nude panel here, and I think that's just gonna be so fun. It's just gonna give it just an extra bit of movement, and I cannot wait for you to see it. So let's get into this bust. Before I do that, let me get some coffee. I need it this morning. I am so drained of energy, and I've just baked me a couple pieces of croissant with some jelly. That'll give me some energy, hopefully, to make it through this morning. Alright, so now that I've got my croissant and jelly and my coffee ready, let's get to work. Now that I'm back at my desk, I wanted to show you some of the things that I'm using. I just got this 360 view cell phone holder that kind of moves around when I move, and I really haven't gotten to the schematics of how it really works, but so far it's working really good. I just wanted to show you guys that, and my croissants, my coffee. But I really wanted to show you this rope that I'm using. So this is the brand Swarovski. These are the numbers in case you want to mimic it and make something similar for yourself. That is the way that they're looking, and it comes on a gigantic spool like this. I believe these are size 20 stones in here, and I love it. They are metal, it's not plastic, so make sure you anchor your chains really well when you sew them on. So these, I just have them up here, hoping held in place by pins, because they're gonna go under where these rhombuses are. The start of it is gonna go under. So none of these ones are glued down. These bigger ones, or smaller ones up here, are glued down, but the bigger ones are not, because I have to hide the start of the chain under them. But it's gonna be so pretty. And then like this one over here, let me see if I can zoom. No, yes, amazing. See how it has the pearl line right behind those rhombuses? I'm gonna use smaller pearls, either in this blue iridescent or this night blue in the 6s. I don't know. I kind of want two different sizes, so I'm probably leaning more toward using these two here. But it's going to be gorgeous. Let me let you get a view of the drawing. This is a rack dress in SM 2669 in case you want to order it for yourself. Chains are going in the back as well. So for this dress, I think that I am going to use the installation of all of these chains on the front and the back as my small project alert. So, small project alert, small project alert. We're sewing on some chains today. And guess how many we're gonna use? Alright, so I got the front done. I got them all in. That's just the right amount of chains that I'm gonna put in. Oh my God, it's so tedious doing this, but I still have to do a whole bunch on the back. And look how wide the back is. Oh my gosh. I gotta figure out a way to do this. Maybe I'll put a Velcro on the inside and attach it to the inside, so when she pulls it off, it'll fold like this, because hooking them individually to a hook is gonna be way too much. I'll figure it out. So I already have a dilemma for this dress. Oh my gosh. Let me show you. I'm adding these beautiful Swarovski metal ropes. See? Swarovski metal ropes to the front of the dress, and I have to do it on the back of the dress as well. Now, all of our dresses open this way, same with the belts. Can I do it with one hand? Yeah, so this here opens this way, but if I sew chain to chain on each side, it's not going to be able to open. So I need to figure out a way to open it. So I'm needing an attachment. Something to attach it to, maybe this side. And I don't know. And I placed all of the drapes for the back. Now I have not sewn anything off, and I did figure out the perfect way to attach it. Check out the dilemma video, and that will show you exactly what it is that I did. So be sure to check out that. And now I'm just gonna sew this side down.
It might be close, but
I got all of the ones on this right side nice and sewed down, beautifully draped. And now I need to attach this side here to our dilemma. Now let's do that. This is so beautiful. One of my coworkers said it kind of looks like that Dior perfume bottle, the way that the drapes kind of go smaller in size, and I tend to agree. Oh, so gorgeous. I got the front side done and this back side done. I even added a little bit more strands to the front here just to bring it up a little higher. If you want to learn how I dealt with my dilemma on how I have these strands nicely placed on this side so I can still open the dress and not have an issue like this opening here, check out the dilemma video. I'll put that maybe about right here and you can check that out. But again, thank you so much for watching. So I wanted to give you a closer look at how the chains are hanging in between each one of these rhombuses. It's nice. It's kind of stiff, but that's where the strength point is, so you want to glue it down under the top link just to make sure it's going to stay. So next I'm going to put the pearls down, but I do want to show you this side. So I was thinking about doing something like this. None of this is glued down, so I can move it if I need to. Well, except for the golden shadow pairs that are right next to it, but the pearls are gonna sit in between each one of these gaps. Not in that color stone, but in this indigo blue. It's gonna be so pretty. And then these are the pearls. let me show you this tool that I like to use if ever you're putting pairs on and you get a little ooze over of glue right there. So I have this, it's like a skewer with a tip. And you want to just smooth the glue out. Perfect. I'm not really feeling the pearls. It's just not giving what I wanted to give. It's blue and it's a darker blue, but it's just not giving, it's not giving for me. But this dark indigo is. So I think I'm gonna replace all of these pearls that I did right here with just the dark indigo flat backs, and it's gonna be nice. Keep it nice and sparkly. It's just that the pearls are, it's turning it down. It's turning the sparkle down, and I don't want to be muted. I need to be loud and sparkly, and those blue ones do it. So let's replace that and keep going up. Gorgeous, amazing, incredible, super sparkly, just the way that I wanted it to be. So that is what the side is going to look like. I'm starting to mimic it on this other side. I just got my golden shadow pairs down so far. I'm starting to install the gold. Went from size, I think those are 12 by 7 to 18 by 9.5, I believe. And I have some bigger pairs, but I'm not using them at all. This middle size is the accent for this dress. So after I finish doing this frame, I got to do the same thing on the back, and then we're gonna pause this dress because this one came back and it has a few alterations that I need to fix in the back. That will be on a different small project alert, but you get first view of what's gonna happen. You know what, let's get into it really quick so I can, again, give you the first view of what's gonna happen, and you can judge for yourself whether you wanna watch the small project alert and how I solved the problem. So, you know I did this dress a couple of weeks ago, and apparently when she tried it on again, the weight of the pearls had stretched the fabric. So Judy did an amazing job altering, pulling that in, also creating a dart right here and pulling this in as well, and another one on this side. So really for this alteration, all I have to do is replace the stones. I might do a live while I do it. I don't know. Stay tuned. Now, let's get back to homegirl over here. Oh, this is coming out so pretty. Look at that frame. So I got the frame in the back, nice and framed out. Still gotta glue down the small pairs, but it's looking gorgeous. I need to mimic that same frame on this side. So let's do that. Hello and welcome back to the show. So this is another day, and I got all of the front chains done. Check out the small project alert if you want to know about how I did that. I got all of the back chains done. I got the frame. Well, you know what? Let me let you get into it. So I framed everything nice and even all the way around. I don't know if you catch the difference, but I did have the size 18 by 10.5 on the bust here, and I had to acetone all of that off, and I switched it to the smaller pair. So this pair is the pair that I had in between these bigger golden shadow ones, but it just bringing your eye out this way, and I want the focal point to be in the center with the chain. So I took those off and I replaced them with the smaller pairs, and I think it looks amazing. So I'm starting this belt, And I'm kind of fading the gold into blue around the belt. I think I'm gonna do a Randy line in the center and maybe an Eiffel Tower off the front. No, I'm not gonna do an Eiffel Tower. I will do one here though in this split, so I'll do an Eiffel Tower there and a Randy line down the center of this dress with a sprinkle coming out of each side. And that will be done with the frame, and it just gets a simple dark indigo sprinkle on the bodice here and here. This is a cute dress my coworker is just finished sewing. Look, it has gloves, so that's gonna be super cute. Hope I get that dress, but I think I'm doing this one next. I'm still not sure. This is the Puerto Rican flag, I believe. I think in one of my videos I said Colombian flag. I don't know. I think it's Puerto Rican. I'm not 100% sure. Don't murder me over it in the comments. But that's so pretty. My other coworker, is working on something like this with all of those Swarovski ropes. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be amazing when she's done. So let me get back to this. What I'm doing is just taking all of my pins out in the front and in the back. Then I'm going to work on this Randy line. And lastly, I'll do the body sprinkle. This dress is really kind of quick to do, other than how long it took me to do the chains. But that will be on the small project alert. So make sure you go and watch that. I'll put that video here, and at the end, of course, in the credits, make sure you go ahead and watch that small project alert if you want to see how I installed a step-by-step guide of how I installed these chains. And then I need you to watch the dilemma video, because this dress definitely had a dilemma, and the dilemma was me figuring out how to place these here so you can open it up as a panel and you can still get inside the dress, because of course these are not stretchy. It's very much metal and it'll pop if you try to wiggle up in there. So to watch the dilemma video, that way you can learn a new technique on how to install your chains so it's removable, well, easily removable, let me say that. All right, let me get back to this. So now that I got the back all nice and beautifully framed, I can really show you the effect of the dilemma and how I solved it. So you see how I cut that last piece of fabric off of the hooks here just to make a thin piece, and I sewed and glued all of the chains just to that hook piece all the way up. And this dilemma is solved and beautiful and amazing, and it's very easy to take off. As you can see, all of the hooks just like a bra. If you're just trying it on, you don't have to do all of the hooks, but definitely hook them all during your performance. But in just practice or just trying it on, you can do maybe a hook there, 4. Okay, so let me kind of explain to you what it is I'm doing here. So I already glued these links down, but just for security purposes, I want to sew them as well. So I'm putting my needle straight behind the middle link, and once I get my needle through, I'm going to split the thread. I always use button thread, so I'm going to split the thread into 2 pieces and then pull it through. Once I got it through, all you need to do is flip it over, tie a knot in the back, and it is secure. Now I'm going to go over this maybe 3-4 times, just in hopes that you really get a feel of how I'm securing this knot. Now, a better, more detailed version of this explanation on how I secured all the chains in the bodice and on the back of this dress would be for you to go check out the small project alert. But here, I'm gonna show you. I tried to zoom it in just a little bit closer than what it already was to give you a better detail. I hope that you can kind of get the gist of it from this visual. There, I split the thread in half so you can see, and I'm wrapping each side of the thread around the center stone that's on that chain link. Once I got it around both sides of that center stone, I bring my needle straight to the middle on the left side and pull it through. You want to make sure it doesn't get stuck in either of the prongs, and it will, no worries. I did it, as you can see. That's why I ended up using my tool, this wooden skewer, to kind of guide the thread around the prongs because it gets stuck a lot. Then you just flip it over, like I said once before, tie your anchor knot to end all be all of that link, tie a knot, and go to the next one. Hopefully that's understandable and you get it. You just want to make sure that you secure both sides of that middle link. So if ever the E6000 becomes weak and the first 2 links on the outside get to moving around wonky, the center stone will be fully attached, so it will never come off. And that way you don't have to worry about stones flying across the dance floor, dancers falling, and a tragedy ensuing. We don't want any of that in anything made by Tiffany So Talented. I pride myself on the strength of my stones and the amount of glue and thread that I use to secure anything that needs to be fully secured. So no worries about that. I'm going to go over it again about 1,000 times just to show you a visual of it all. And as you can see, I just started again. So go ahead and watch that, and hopefully you have some chain link at home you can practice with. Preciosa does have that's Crystals by Preciosa, does have a comparable version for a more cost-efficient price that you can use this and get the same exact effect. Go ahead and check them out. You can even go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and any hobby store that you have near you that has beads and things to make jewelry. I'm sure you can find something comparable to use. Okay, so let me try to explain what I'm doing. So I put the needle in the center of the center stone, right at the top of it. Take the thread, split it in 2, and then split each one of those thread legs on either side of the chain. Poke it down right next to the other side of that stone. Pull it through, make sure that both of the threads are still on both sides of the chain link. Flip it over, tie a knot to secure it, And that is how you do it. Snip off the tail, and it is doubly secure. It's already glued down, now it's tied. Oh my God, I think I just made something. So I was thinking about some earrings for this same gown here. And I made one, the top bow is stiff, and then in this one, they're both very much movable. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to make another version of either or. I'll wait for them to dry. I just use E6000 for now. I'll sew them together once everything is nice and dry. But oh my God, I think I just made some earrings. And they're gonna be so pretty. Oh, I'm gonna stick some earring backs on it. Where are my earring supplies? Alright, so I have this thingy here, so I can put some earring backs on the backs of them and make it look official. Oh my God, they're dry. So I added this beautiful piece of satin to the back just so it's not gonna be scratchy, but I mean, it's the back of the metal, so it's smooth already. But I just wanted to ensure some form of softness touches your skin and your earlobe. So I did that, and now I'm just cutting away all the excess fabric before I glue on the back of the earring plug that goes inside of your ear. And I am just so excited. It is so gorgeous. It's coming out so good, and making jewelry is so fun. I don't know how better else to explain it. I love what I do. I get to use every ounce of my creativity every day, and I don't know what you do for a living, but getting to create beauty every day just warms my heart. It really does. Alright, so the belt is done and gorgeous. I didn't add the belt to the small project alert because I felt like the chains were more than enough. But this belt is gorgeous. All the way around. Now the last thing I need to do is sprinkle the bodice, and this dress will be done and done. And I can jump over to this dress, and if I have enough time, I have this option as well. I'm gonna be sprinkling the bodice in this one in a copper color. This is Priscilla's dress. She did this really pretty frame right here, and I need to fill in the body sprinkle if we have time. Oh my God. Do you see this? Do you see how cute these are? I want to keep them for myself. Should I start making jewelry? I mean, I used to make jewelry for all of my dresses. I'll throw in a reel on my Instagram reels, Facebook reels, YouTube shorts of some of the jewelry I've made, but look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Clutched my pearls. That is just stunning. I might have to buy some of this chain. I'm just still in awe. They're gorgeous. I think I'm gonna have to make myself some. Ooh, look at that cheekbone. Sharp and cut you. But these are so pretty. They're gonna match so well with the dress. I cannot wait to see the entire outfit come together on the client. This is a rack again. It is in this what is that, 2669. So if you want to buy it, it is available. By the time this video comes out, it might already be gone. And unfortunately, the earrings are not included in the dress price. So whatever they choose to price this dress as, that is the only price for the dress. The earrings are sold separately. But aren't they gorgeous? And the dresses just gives me so much freedom in my creativity. I absolutely love what I do. So this is the density in the 30s. That's the size 30s in indigo blue that I'm using on the bust here and on the other side. But let me show you this design down the split that I just created. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? So I use these very tiny navettes in between the size 30s in Orem and in the indigo blue, just as an extra accent. And then of course bring it up to a point. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now for layer 3, well, layer 2 of the bust, I just broke up some of the chain links into individual pieces, and I'm just gonna add them sporadically as just a spark. Let me stand it up for you so you can see. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm gonna bring it all the way down to the bottom. I just started here, but it's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So now that I have all of these beautifully individually cut and placed very strategically in my bust here, I might add one more over here That's why I like to look at it through the camera, because it gives you just a different set of eyes than what you can see with the naked eye. Now I'm gonna go into sprinkling the rest of this side of the bodice in the indigo blue size 20s. So I went ahead and just continued going down the bust into the torso with the size 20s in this indigo blue. I unhinged the belt. It is connected here in the center, so it will not come off. And that is the density we're going for in the size 20s. Now I'm gonna go in with the size 16s and finish this panel up before I jump into the rest of the dress, and then this dress will be done. Oh my gosh, I feel like it took forever, but it feels like it went really fast. All at once. I guess, you know, time flies when you're having fun. That's the phrase, right? Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. Alright, the size 16s are laid. I literally just added 300 size 16s, and that's only to this panel. Like, I haven't done this back panel here. I haven't done the, what is that, the left bust on this side either. Oh, where you going, girlie? She wanna slide. She wanna slide. She wanna slide. Anyway, 300 dark blue indigo, and it looks amazing. Now I'm gonna jump to this back panel, and after the back panel, the next time you see this beautiful gown is when it is done. All right, so I just started the, well, I didn't just start, as you can see, the back side, back and torso. I got my specialty links in, my size 30s already in, and the size 20s already in. This area is left open because this is where, let me see if I can reach it. The belt is gonna go, I'm still gonna stone under it, just very light in the size 16s. So let's do that, and then this dress will be done. Also, I want to show you this. So for these links that are directly under the armpit where your arm is gonna rub aggressively, it is a link, which means it has metal prongs. So what I did was just add a bead of glue right to the top of it. So you lose a bit of the sparkle, but you keep your arms from bleeding. Now let's push that part of the link inside. And yeah, so it's just a glue bead right over the top because I wanted to make sure that all of the edges are not sticky, scratchy at all. Finally, it is done in all of its wonderful glory. The bodice is fully stoned. I took off the chains that I had hanging on the hip since I accentuated the pleat here, and I did take it, where is it, all the way down to the bottom and capped it off with a little novette, if you can see that. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure that you go and watch the dilemma video so you can see exactly how I solved my issue with getting this beautiful chains on the back nice and secured in one fell swoop. And make sure that you watch the small project alert so you can see exactly how I inserted all of, oh my gosh, it was so tedious, but I did it, and I got everything nice and beautifully draped in the back and in the front. again, if you want to learn how I draped and sewed on all of these beautiful dangle Swarovski crystal chains, watch the small project alert. I'll add those videos over here. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of your viewership. I just reached 220 followers. I mean, you saw the community post that I made at 200 followers, but every single one of you means so much to me. You really do. I feel like that scene from the movie, they like me. They really like me. And I really hope that you do enjoy the content, especially the other side shows that I try to give you as far as the dilemmas. You know, every time I have a problem with the dress, I wanted to be able to explore different avenues of how to fix it with you guys. So feel free to jump in the comments and say, hey, I would have done this. And maybe next time I will. And it might work out. And you can try it my way as well. Same with the small projects. If you want to give your dress some pizzazz, some extra applique, something that just gives it just that extra pop of dance sport realness, because you know you always want to look exciting on the floor, give the not only the viewers but the judges something exciting to see. So when they're judging and they look at your outfit, they're like, oh, I've never seen that before. And especially when you're working and dancing in a creation from Julia Gorjakova, Artistry in Motion, and me, Tiffany, from Tiffany So Talented, you're always going to get something that is amazing, never before seen, one of a kind. It might be a dupe, but it will not be exactly the same, because I'm always going to put that little extra Tiffany So Talented into it. And I love what I do, so I hope you love what you see. I definitely do. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Okay. I thought I was done. But while I'm shooting my videos for this beautiful gown. Check out what is in my background. So they must have been doing a photo shoot this week because 2 of my beautiful dresses are on display. So this rose gold small project alert. I didn't do the dress, I didn't do the bulk of the stoning, but they gave it to me because it needed just a little something else. So what I did was add all of these gigantic, beautiful pearls just to give it that extra zhuzh up. And oh my gosh, did you see Julia in it on her Instagram page? This one is NSM1731. It's a smooth, it's a size small, which is a 2, and smaller, it's 6'3". Gorgeous. Oh, I'll add her video in this video, maybe over here somewhere. But then I have this gorgeous Priscilla creation that I stoned, and it is amazing. Let me show you the back. Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see this video of this dress. This one will probably be out actually before this because I don't have this set to drop until April. So by the time you see this, those 2 will already be out. But this one is amazing. I got it nice, cute, and staged for you girlies. And I'm still in love with these earrings. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.